the guide of from my friends. So there I got to know some friends who are interested in joining these kind of competition and robotic things. So I also had like Arduino boards and sensors lying on my in my house, but I have never used them before. So I had that what like the, I have seen those things, but I have never built out anything out of that. So I had the interest to learn and learn the things and build something. So that's why I get into that. And then when we have done several uh, educational meetings for the students, and I also participated into that. There we like basically we made a group of friends. uh, we had five members group to like a very close friends. And the first competition we joined is SLRC 2022 competition, which is organized by Morato University. So it is a actually a funny thing happened because some of that one of my friend asked me to join to the uh, like whether I would like to join to the uh, competition or not with them. Uh, so he basically asked because he's from tech like tech side. So he asked me whether I have the experience or not, because they are in for for me it is like I have never experienced I had no experience on making robotics things, even though I had the circuits and sensors, all those things. But I told them, yeah, I have the experience and I have used them, so they got me into their team. So that's how I got into that competition basically. Then with the curiosity I had for the robotics, I moved forward. Like we had like as I remember, 1.5 month we worked on the project, and we went to the competition. So before I move into the more details, I would like to play a little video that I have made about the summary of the competition. So let's watch that first. So yeah, when the like I think you saw the whole like process that I gather around from the whole gallery. So that was actually good experience. So I will talk about that now. So the problem. So when we are making this, it is not like uh, when we are when we have planned this, will seem like oh, it is a easy thing, we have to just gather around some circuits and put some sensors in it, and then we can just turn the power on and then we can use it. So it is not like that. Actually, we had at that time we had corona situation. So the most more the problem was we couldn't get the equipments right. So here actually they have blocked the exports and all with that thing. We couldn't get the equipments because the task are bit I would say at that point tasks are bit uh, hard. Uh, we have to follow a line following part, and then there was a wall following part as well, and then we have to solve some puzzle and put some cubes here and there. So that's the basic thing at that competition. So for that we it ha- the hardest challenge was get the components, because I remember at that time we had to spend a lot of time and money to like export them with eBay and all those things. So, and however we got the equipments and we build it. uh, then the but even though we have build the robot in the time, we couldn't complete the competition task during the competition. So it is because we like in the competition arena it was with uh, I would say like we didn't participated into the arena testing. So before the actual competition there was arena testing. So the arena surfaces are a bit like the surfaces are different what we have tested in our home house. So actually the robot got stuck in the middle of the arena, and we have like not disqualified, but in the three attempts we couldn't complete the whole task. But uh, at that point it is bit disappointing for us as well. But even though it is like that, I think we had great experience and all. So I would say it is the it is better as I advise, and the experience that I got is before making the whole like actual robot, it is better to have a uh, we say MVP, minimal viable product. We say like that. So it is better to build that one first, because in this project what I think happened was we are so focused on making this robot like the perfect robot to win the competition. So we are focused on getting the most like expensive and good motors and good arms, all those things. So I think that what happened in this competition is we couldn't actually uh, the complete the competition. So that's what I think. We before we get into the actual build, we have to build a minimum MVP product and MVP robot, and maybe run some simulation on it. So that's kind of approach I think it is better to have. So overall it is a good experience. I learned a lot from this project, and this is the entry point of in my life to the robotics. So yeah, that's all I have to share with you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Uh, Over to you, Dinara.
Thank you, Sachala. Next, I would like to invite Sadiq to share his experience. Over to you, Sadiq.
Yeah, thank you, Dinara. So Yeah, thank you, Sachala Induduno, for your session. It was quite impressive. So I met Sachala just through our interview process and just texted him, "Could you do a session?" And he was like, "Yeah, I could." So this is what I want out of our society, bringing out your hidden talents, bringing out what you have did in the past. So yeah, coming to how I got into robotics. So it was just after ALs, I was thinking of doing nothing, and I just wanted to get this Arduino boards and all. And yeah, I got them luckily. But the chance which I got to use was Micromaze 2.0, which was organized by IIT, IEEE RAS of IIT. So I saw this poster and I thought, why not? So because uh, experience in these things like electronics, but we are more focused on software. Yeah, I agree. But getting into robotics, like discovering hardware, working with them, like getting your hand burnt. So that's a different kind of experience. So the more you work with them, the more you get into love with them. So the way I got into robotics was the first competition was after I saw the poster that they are organizing the micro mouse competition. So this is called a micro mouse, where the micro mouse that we have to build the micro mouse where it will have to get to the center of the maze that we are given without any human interaction. It has to find its own path to the center of the maze, which is like a great way to get into robotics, I would say. So in my own experience, so after like seeing that poster, I spoke with two of my friends, what about this, I want to participate in this, are you guys interested? So they were like, they have got no any equipments for that, any sensors or nothing. So I said, okay, I have got them, let's participate. So I got registered into the competition. So that's when I really use the breadboard, jumper wires, the wheels. So every now and then I would be going to these electronic shops to get equipments. Sometimes I bring something in and discover that this is not really the piece of component that I really need to use. So, and then I just go again to buy something else. I just going through internet, going through YouTube, and yeah, using AI as well. So that's how I built this bot first. This was my first one, and I just named it Myrmidon One, just to make it a bit, you know, happening. So the competition day was really a bit of hassle. So on the competition day, it was held on the last August 2025. So both of the friends that I joined with, so they had some other works and they told they won't be able to participate. So before the competition day that night, we ran our board and we tried out different algorithms, different codes, and really discovered that this thing is going not going to happen, this thing is not going to succeed. We are we will not be able to get it to the center of the maze. But yeah, in the morning I was like, okay, we have come this long way, why not we participate in the competition just to get an experience, like how these robotics competitions are. So yeah, I'm still proud of what I did that day. So I went to the competition alone. It was just held in the uh, mass arena of Royal College. So I went there all by myself with this bot, which I know isn't working and which won't help me win this competition. But yeah, after getting in, I found out there were too many guys who were like me, who were beginners, who were freshers, who had built the bot for the first time, and after that, I was like, okay, it's fine. So and yeah, I saw like extremely well developed bots as well from those who are in the third year, fourth year of Morotua, Slit, and other engineering fields. So when it was my chance, I started the boat and discovered it only ran for about 7 cells and collapsed. So yeah, I'm. It was pretty an awful moment, I would say, but I'm happy. I was happy that day since I was able to participate in that competition. So that was the initiation for my journey in robotics. And after that, I got to meet one of my friends back at uh, my university in my faculty. So I met these two guys, Shalita and Yomal. So Yomal was into robotics earlier on back in his school days. So I discovered a potential in him, but and Shalita sent me this Maze Master 2026 competition, which was organized by IEEE of UCSC, just dropping me a text. Look, I don't know nothing. I know nothing about robotics. I know nothing about this, but I just want to get into this. I want to explore. I want to study. And then I remembered Yomal as well, and I called Yomal. So there's this competition. Shall we participate? And he was like, "Yeah, we'll go for it." So that's when we built the second boat of ours. So this was the second competition for me actually, and it was their first competition. And we traveled over Lhasa, and we never had the hope that we would win a prize. So even the before night, we were when we ran for a couple of times, the boat didn't really succeed, but it was better than the first one which I built, of course. So, however, at least to look at the university, we wanted to go into the competition. And after getting into the competition, I think we can move on to the next slide, please, Shamod. So, yeah, could you play it, please? So this was the moment that our boat was in the maze. Uh, we had no hopes of winning. So yeah, that was the moment we discovered, okay, we have got something in us. So I think we were lucky enough, and also yeah, we did an extremely well job to get into that competition. And luckily, we were able to secure the second runners up, competing with other engineering faculty teams of the big universities like Peradeniya and Moratuwa. So first second place, it was owned by Moratuwa University students, and there were Peradeniya Japura students as well. But among them, non-engineering field students like us, it was a proud moment for us really. And so that was the first competition that we were able to clinch a position in. So only after that we were like we got this the next slide, got to know about the InnoMind version 3.0 organized by the IEEE IAS of SLTC. So this was back in March. So there also we went into the competition, but we had more expectations. Like surely we have to get into first two, because there was this Moratuwa University student who had a pretty amazing micro mouse. So we were sure that we won't be able to get the first place, however. So we were looking forward to getting the second place. But unfortunately, we ended up getting the third place in that as well. So yeah, after this, I was like, why shouldn't we open up a robotics and automation society within UCSC? So this was the inspiration behind. So this was my experience, and right as of now, we have got about 45 members in our society, and 100 and around 130 people who are interested in joining the community. And along the way, I realized that there's much more potential within others than I had within myself, and I am happy to have built a platform for them to be able to participate actively in competitions like this and bring out the robotics guy within them. So yeah, thank you for this opportunity. And so about the competitions, I hand it over to Dinara to continue with the presentation. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sadik. That was truly inspiring. Now we will learn more about the upcoming competitions, including important details, requirements, and opportunities for participation. For this segment, I would like to invite Abdullah to brief us on the upcoming competitions. Over to you, Abdullah.
Thank you, Dinara. Uh, First of all, I would like to welcome all the aspiring builders and robotic enthusiasts to today's awareness session. So as we know, unlike the other fields, robotics and automation relies completely on hands-on learning. So this is what makes you actually learn robotics. So in the next few slides, I'll be walking you through the upcoming competitions that you can take part and build some real experience and get some real skills under your belt. So I'm Abdullah and I'll be guiding you through the next few slides. So coming up to the first competition that we are looking, this is organized by UCSC called Robot Battles or the Iron League. This is organized by the UCSC University's Faculty of Science and Technology. And if I have to describe this competition in a nutshell, this is mainly focusing on a tournament style sports match. So here they're taking the traditional football game, which we all know, and what they done is we have to build four bots, which is in an enclosed arena, and people, the drivers, which who will be controlling the robots, will be controlling it through wireless remote controls. And the goal of this competition is to play a small match, mini match of robotic football. And as you know, the one with the highest goal wins. So if I have to dive into the specifics of the competition, as it's mentioned here, the registration deadline is by July 10th, where you can apply for it, and the grand battle starts around July 25th of 2026. Uh, so and it requires a registration fees of about 4,000, and all the uh, competition specific details will be shared in our groups. I have to preface that as well. And also uh, I want to say that in the upcoming competition that I'll be covering, selected competitions will be provided guidance by our society. So I have to repeat it again, only selected competitions will be providing guidance for the participants. Okay, moving on to the next competition. The next competition is named RoboFest, and which is organized by the Slit University's Faculty of Engineering. Uh, Here, this one, I am sure that many people who are fans of the movie Real Steel would like it. This is basically a bracket style knockout fight inside a reinforced safety arena. So what we have to do here is there will be two bots built. There you have to build a bot, which is a remote control bot, and you have to place it inside a box. So the focus on this is you need to control this bot using wireless controllers, and you have to somehow uh, engage in a battle with the other robot, which lasts around 3 minutes. And the goal is to mechanically disable, flip, or completely immobilize the opponent's robot. So if in case the both robots survive, there will be a judge panel which will be giving you points based on the performance of the robot. So getting into the details of the competition, the registration deadline is around July 15th. and the grand battle has not been announced yet. And also the registration link and the other regarding details, as I said, will be shared with you using the groups. And moving on to the next competition. So it's the Electro Combat 2.0, and it is organized by MTSS of USJ. The registration deadline is on August 1 of 2026. And if I have to give you a brief introduction on Electro Combat, uh, yeah. Shamod, can you go back to the previous slide as well? Because this is RoboFest, right? Okay. Okay. Uh, sorry, there was a slight misunderstanding. RoboForce is not actually the remote control combat robots. It's actually a autonomous task completion competition. So let me reiterate it. Actually, RoboFest is specifically focused on building a fully autonomous robot, which you will not control. You have to prepare it before the competition, and this is basically uh, the robot will be placed at the starting of a complex predefined track painted with line, and the robot has to navigate the track using the sensors. And along the way, it might be facing some small tasks such as picking up a small block and keeping it in a specific location. So that is what RoboFest is about. Okay, so there was a slight misunderstanding, and to and the teams are scored based on how accurately the robot completes its specified task. Okay. Yes, Samad, we can move on. Next one. So actually, what I said about the robot combat is for electro combat. There was a slight misunderstanding. So this is what I iterated as the, if you have seen the Real Steel movie, which where you actually there will be two robots competing with each other. So as I previously said, you have to place these two robots in an arena, and the competition's main goal is which robot wins or stands at the end. Okay, and if I have to get into the specific, the grand battle is scheduled on August 29, and the registration deadline is August 1st of 2026. So you have still plenty of time to register as well. And as well as you can see, this is a slightly expensive competition where you have to register with a fee of 4,000. But the prize pool are pretty amazing here. Where here the first place gets a prize pool of around 1,50,000, and the first runners up gets a prize pool of around 1,20,000, and the third place gets rewarded with a prize of 80,000. So this is a very engaging and a competitive competition that you can participate on. So moving on to the next slide. Coming on to this, which is basically where this competition planted the seed of creating our society, the Micromaze 3. So this is organized by IEEE Robotics and Automation Society of IEEE. And if I have to give you a small description about this competition, here, so this competition has various stages, and it kicks off with the awareness session, and then there's the competition round. So about the competition, actually you have to build a robot which should move through the maze autonomously, as you looked at the video. And using sensors, it has to detect walls, turn corners, and slowly map out the entire maze in its memory. So in order to participate in this competition, you have to have a slightly good grip on algorithms, and also a good grip on mechanics as well. So if I have to get into the specifics of the competitions, the registration deadline has not been announced yet. And also the dates specific to these competitions are yet to be announced. So all the details regarding these competitions, as I said, will be shared in our groups and other related information sources. Yeah, Shamad, we can move to the next slide. So Robot Nexus, this is out of all the competitions we have discussed, this is the most beginner friendly competition. Actually, this is not specifically a competitive event. Here, it's they have organized this event as a mini boot camp for absolute beginners into electronics and robotics. So there will be a series of sessions where they will be, which is hands-on sessions. They will be uh, teaching you on how to work with the component kits, and mentors will be there to guide you to give through the process, and you will be getting hands-on experience on how to assemble circuits on breadboards and wire up the sensors and write basic firmware. So in order to just wrap up this event, there will be a mini friendly competition where you can test out your skills that you gain throughout the bootcamp. So if I have to get into the specific, there is no registration deadline or the competition dates announced yet. I hope it will be announced soon, and we can keep in touch with us, so you will get the further updates. Moving on to the next slide. So the competitions we looked at up to now have direct connection with robotics and automation. So coming from this slide onwards, we will be looking at other competitions which do not have a direct connection, but will help you to uh, sharpen your programming skills, algorithm skills, and other important skills that you need for competition. So first off, Code Splash 2026. This is organized by Computer Science Students Association of University of California, and this is mainly uh, it's a software hackathon which is time restricted. So what you have to do is, here the teams will be having a time restricted frame to brainstorm an idea, design a software architecture, write the code, and build a working application. So the skills you will be actually getting here is to actually build an idea, come up with a polished idea, make it into a working piece, and you will be dealing with times restrained environment, which is really important for any competitions regardless of the field. So regarding the specifics, as I said, this the registration and the event details are not yet confirmed. These will be updated through our information sources. So coming up next is the NetX IoT challenge. So IoT is also, as you know, is a subsidiary of robotics, and this challenge is organized by the IEEE student branch of University of Jaipur. Uh, so this competition moves on several phases as phase 1 and phase 2. So the motive of this, the purpose of this competition is, at the phase 1, the teams must conceptualize an innovative IoT solution and then submit a technical project proposal before the end of the phase 1. And the phase 2 is where the building happens. So once the proposal is greenlit, you have to build a physical prototype. And the solution, the problem that is to be chosen is encouraged to find a real world problem which can be solved using IoT. And this problem is expected mainly to cover the environmental and physical aspects of the environment using sensors, and program them to securely broadcast the data that is collected using the sensors to possibly a live cloud database or dashboard. So that is what expected from this challenge. And so this challenge, they are expecting for the teams participating to showcase their understanding on building real world IoT systems, as well as having the fluency of working with physical hardware, but it is restricted to an undergraduate level, so there is no production grade that they are expecting. uh, so, and coming into the registration details, the proposal submission closes on June 11 of 2026. And there's a registration link as well where you can register with your team members and all the details regarding that, which will be shared in our groups as well. And coming to up to the next and our final competition, This is called HackX, which is organized by MIT students of and Faculty of Science of University of California. And this competition is basically a hackathon program, which is a 12-week long hackathon program. So there are several categories for university undergraduates as well as for school students in this competition. And here you in first phase you have to submit your initial tech driven project ideas, and from that they will shortlist a set of group, and if you are selected you will be entering a rigorous 12-week intensive ecosystem on the theme of sustainable innovation, where they will be providing you with the theme of this competition and what are the project framework and idea you have to build upon. So over the 12 weeks, we will be building deep knowledge on how to build a product on a certain production grade software, where there will be mentors to guide you from the industry. So the final product is expected to be a product which has a complete business model, a financial market, and a go-to strategy. Uh, so this does not actually map out directly to robotics, but it would give you a good exposure onto highly driven and competitive market, which will be genuinely useful for students just starting out their uh, software or tech related journey. So the hackathon registration and links have not yet been uploaded or updated. Keep in touch with our society so we can provide you with prompt updates about the competitions that we discussed so far. Chamath, we can move to the next slide. So as a closing remark, I would just like to uh, remind all the aspiring robotics enthusiasts that uh, the whole point of our club is to encourage and foster the skills. So if you are just a beginner or if starting out, there is no worry to have all the things figured out. We can actually build things out, break the things, and figure this out as a community, so you are not left alone. So I hope all of you who are joined today would be considering the competition that we discussed so far, and also gain inspiration from our great people who have actually done all of this and uh, build this society for us. So that's it for guys. So that's a wrap up of the competition sector. I would like to give now sign off. Back to you, Dina.
Thank you, Abdullah. As we come to the end of today's competition awareness session, I would like to thank all our speakers, society officials, and participants for joining us this evening. We hope this session has provided you with a clearer understanding of the competitions and encouraged to take part and showcase your talents. Thank you once again, and good night, everyone.